call the July 14th, 2025 meeting of the Leitchfield Planning Commission to order. Missy, will you call the roll, please?
Happy to. Commissioner Whitmore.
Here.
Vice Chair Bowman.
Here.
Chairman Buckles.
Here.
Commissioner Clemens. Here. Commissioner Gibson. Here. Commissioner Van Meter.
Thank you. In page 2 of your packet, there at your work spot, you should have the minutes from the June 9, 2025 meeting. If you would, review those quickly, and we'll entertain any amendments or acceptance of the minutes as presented.
I'll motion to approve.
Angela with the motion to accept the minutes. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Missy. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, minutes are accepted. We don't typically adopt the agenda before the beginning of the meeting, but there is an addition. Under new business tonight, we will have an executive closed session to discuss pending litigation. So make a note of that before we wrap up this evening. Do I have a motion to open the public hearing?
I'll make that motion.
Wes with the motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. This opens a public hearing of RZ 25137. Missy, can you read the abstract on the description of this application?
Yes. Owner, Scotty Hack. Applicant, Scotty Hack. Location is 617 Johnson Street. The request is a zone change from C1 Highway Commercial to R2 Single Family Medium Density.
All right. Is the applicant present or applicant counsel? Okay. Is there anyone present to speak on behalf of the application in favor? Hearing none, is there any testimony in opposition to the application? Do I have a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Motion.
Second.
Missy with the motion, West with the second. Do I have, all in favor say aye?
Aye.
All right. We close the public hearing at 5:05. All right. Discussion, questions? Tyler, you want to guide us through any of this before we get it heavy into discussions?
This property was actually changed back earlier this year from R2 to C1. The owner had hopes of building a restaurant, but that has since fell through. So he is requesting to revert back to single family to build a single family house.
Thank you. I will presume we do not have a limit on how soon an application can be resubmitted for
We do
a map
not.
amendment, which maybe plants a seed that we might want to consider. Should we have one? Do we have one? Is one practical? But that's not germane to this evening. I do know that I've heard from multiple individual members and commissioners with a couple of questions about this, and I can see where there would be some concern or question that I'm holding the February 18th application, or at least that's the date on it, in this hand, and I've got the current one in this hand. And logically, it seems to me that if this one is true, there's not much way this one can be in a short period of time. And I know that multiple of you feel about it that way because I've spoken with you individually. But is there any other discussion as part of this that's questions that you want to bring up?
Well, my thinking is exactly yours, looking at KRS 100. Looking at KRS 100-213, the findings 2 of to approve a map amendment, none of those three really exist and could exist on this after we rezoned it previously.
I think part of the evidence that you reviewed in February was the note that, part of the justification for the application for the amendment was cited as economic development.
Correct.
And in fact, there wasn't much else that was offered in support of it. You can, drive through and see for yourself what's going on in the area. So my guess is because the recommendation went to the city council that this is the best use for this property, I can't see how that sentiment would have changed a whole lot in such a short period of time. But I do think it's a good learning lesson. Because one of the things we have to consider as a body is the applicant is under no obligation to follow through with the plans that they make as a result of the decisions that we grant or at least recommend. But, they're free to sell that property if they want to immediately, no matter even what they tell us. We also have to consider the full breadth of what C1 can be. You might be told that it's one thing, but when our planning processes, we're thinking decades and generations in the future that it could be anything that's in C1, which rolls up all of B1, all of B2, and anything that's allowed for C1. So sometimes you can't focus on the individual use for the application or what's being suggested because it may never come into realization as it has not in this case. So I also think that it's a good experience to review because this is not something that you see all the time. So we will, someone will have to, if someone gets ready, will have to make a motion one way or another on whether we would approve and recommend or whether we would disapprove. But that does not mean I'm curtailing any discussion. If you all have more questions, feel free to ask.
I'll make a motion, we deny the request based on the fact that we just changed it. And, it's sort of, to me, it kind of would make us all look like we are not really know what we're doing if we turn around and change it right back to something we said
Yeah, recant.
before. So I'll make the motion.
Would it be fair to say that motion says because due to a lack of evidence to substantiate the
That's
change?
a better way to put it, I
Okay.
guess.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Missy. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. It is our recommendation to the Leitchfield City Council that this application be denied. Okay. I need a motion to open the public hearing on a text amendment that has been publicized.
I'll make that motion.
Wes with the motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Missy with a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
This is the public hearing at 5:10 on July 14th regarding the amendment of Section 2.11 of our zoning ordinance. You reviewed this at the last meeting and authorized this public hearing, which I presume was publicized?
Yes.
Okay. Is there anyone present who wants to speak regarding the amendment as presented? Just for clarity, it's, the change would be in 2.11 in paragraph 2. A proposal to amend the text of any zoning regulation which must be voted upon by the legislative body or fiscal court may originate with the planning commission of the unit or with any fiscal court or legislative body which is a member of the unit. Regardless of the origin of the proposed amendment, it shall be referred to the planning commission before adoption. The planning commission shall hold at least one public hearing after notice as required by KRS Chapter 424 and make a recommendation as to the text of the amendment and whether the amendment shall be approved or disapproved and shall state the reasons for its recommendation. In the case of a proposed amendment originating with a legislative body or fiscal court, the planning commission shall make its recommendation within 60 days of the date of its receipt of the proposed amendment, it shall take an affirmative vote of a majority of the fiscal court or legislative body to adopt the proposed amendment. In this case, when you read legislative body, you can substitute city council.
Okay.
Any questions or discussion from commissioners? I stand ready to entertain a motion to accept and recommend, or to table, or to reject.
I make the motion to approve the text amendment as presented.
Missy with the motion to approve and recommend. Do I have a second?
I'll
Second.
second.
Angela with the second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Are any opposed? Can I have a motion to close this public hearing?
I'll make that motion.
Kendall with a motion. All in favor, do I have a second?
Second.
Missy with a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, sorry to work you all to death, but I need, is there any old and unfinished business, Tyler, before we move forward?
I don't know. No, sir.
Dave, nothing?
No.
Okay. Is there any other new business other than our executive session? Okay. I need a motion to enter executive closed session to discuss pending litigation.
I'll make that
under
motion.
KRS. Wes with a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second for Missy. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, we are in executive session. Return, open session.
Make a motion to return to open session.
All right, April with the motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, we're back in open session at 5:27. We received an update on pending litigation involving the Leitchfield Planning Commission. No action was taken. No action is to be taken tonight as a result. Is there any other new business?
No,
Nothing,
sir.
Tyler? All right. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Kendall with a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?